Yeah, big up, guys. I hope you're all good. Um, sorry about today. I won't be able to show up my face. Like I'm in the area that a lot of things are happening around. So yeah, today I won't show up my face, and I'm here with Adelaide. We're just waiting for the other panelists. We're going to talk about Chelsea midfielder issue. Jorginho and N'Golo Kante, their contract is about to run out next year summer. Should Chelsea Football Club renew their contract? If not, uh, which players should we buy? Because we've been linked with Rice, we've been linked with uh, Edson Martinez, Alvarez, sorry, and also Moses Caicedo. So my question to you, panelists, and also in the chat, what Chelsea should do? Should Chelsea buy those players? Should Chelsea renew Jorginho and Kante contract and stuff? So yeah. So Nick, I see you in the behind. I can't see your camera, so that's why I can't accept you. Oh, you're back. Yeah, guys. I hope you're all good. Adi, how are you? Adi, are you still there? Okay, I think we lost him. Nick, how are you?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I'm okay. Condolences for your uncle. I know you had a funeral yesterday.
Not my aunt.
Yeah, your aunt. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. What? Hold on.
Okay, I'll just go on. I just people hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Please help me my channel so that my channel can grow. Adi, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry,
Okay,
my
welcome
network
back.
was bad. Thanks.
Okay, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Tobago.
Okay, thank you for being here. Um, Nick, are you still there too? Okay, I'll just talk with you until Nick is available. So, Adi, what is your thoughts about Chelsea Football Club midfielder issue? Should we give those players contract, or should we try to buy new midfielders? What is the solution for Chelsea?
Okay, thank you very much, Tobago. Right now, Chelsea is going through a period whereby we as a fan we need to be really, really patient. You know, we are restarting the club. This is a total reset from the club. Just a few days ago, we had the chief of medical staff resigned from his position. This is a club that is going through a transitional period, which will take a while before we get back. I don't see us doing well in the Champions League. I see Chelsea not qualifying in that group. I see us probably going straight to the Europa League in that group. In the Premier League, I doubt if we're gonna make top four because this season is for taking the bad eggs away and bringing in few other guys who can help the team work towards success. This season I'm not expecting much from the guys, but hopefully they surprise me. If they do well by playing good football, I'll be glad, and I will appreciate the fact that with all everything that has been going on at the background, they are able to pull up a great performance. Right now, seeing Kante and Jorginho contract expiring, I think they deserve a new contract. The the two midfielder, you know, quality of N'Golo Kante says it all, and we can see what Jorginho is currently doing at Italy, playing well and commanding the midfield. These are senior players that we need in the team. Even if we are going for a younger generation, we still need these kind of players to pull them through. To teach them how to develop and how to make sure the midfield is compact. I believe N'Golo Kante and Jorginho will be offered a contract. I heard Kante was given a contract of 2 years, but he wanted more. He wanted more years. I think the new management would surely give offer N'Golo Kante a better contract. And for Jorginho, I wish Jorginho to a new contract. Uh, at times we always think Jorginho is not good enough, Jorginho is bad, Jorginho is this, but we can't just write off Jorginho like that. Jorginho is a good talented player, even though he's a quiet player, but we know his impact in the stadium whenever he plays. I think we need to be patient. That's all I'll say.
Okay, thank you. Nick, are you back?
Yeah, I think I'm back. Yeah, something happened there. Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, okay. Yes, I can hear you. Before you go, you continue. Big up, ABC. I hope you're good, my friend. Thank you for coming up.
Big up, man. Alpha, man.
Okay, yeah, Nick, I was saying like Chelsea now have midfielder issues. We all know that Jorginho and Kante contracts um, are almost finished, or should I say, they're 1 year left on
Yeah,
their contract. So should Chelsea extend their contracts, or should Chelsea uh, try to buy new midfielders in order to replace them? Also, big up to Miss Elena. Thank you for coming in. Go
yeah,
on, Nick.
yeah. I mean, as you all know, Golo Kante is unreplaceable. You can't replace a player like that. I know he's getting injured a lot lately, but that's down to the games he's been playing. Last season, he played too many games for me. I think, I know it's a lot of money to what he's asking for, but I think he deserves it. If I was told Bowley, I would give it to him because there's no better player in the world at his position. Even now, don't forget, he's not 35, he's 31. He's got 2 more good years in him, maybe 3. And even if he doesn't play and he's on the bench, he can come on and, change the game. And, if we get far in the European Championship, sorry, the European Champions League, we're going to need a player like Angolo. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have beat City in that final. We need, for me, he has to stay. Jorginho is 50-50. Jorginho gets too much hate for me. A lot of fans, talking a lot of nonsense about him. He's not finished, not at all. You see him for Italy, he was one of the best players. He always is for Italy. When we play in the Champions League, he's usually our best player. But all right, the Premiership, he hasn't been on it recently, but he's come back before. He's another player you can't lose, really. I don't want to lose these 2 players, really. If it was up to me, I'll give them both a contract. Who are you going to get in to replace them? Find a better player, then you talk about replacing these 2. I know a lot of fans out of Jorginho, they want Jorginho out, but not for me. He's still good, and that's why Graham Potter is going to be using him more than anyone else you watch. So for me, no. We have Kovacic, Jorginho, Kanti, and it should stay like that. Plus, we have Gallagher. and Mason Mount as well. So we have players. Right, Kante's getting back to fitness now. Hopefully he'll be ready for the Palace game or for the AC Milan game, which we're going to play on Wednesday after the Palace game. Yeah, for me, you have to give, especially N'Golo Kante. All right, if you don't want to give extend Jorginho after once a year, we can see what he does this season first. But N'Golo Kante, give him the contract. He's the best in the world still in that position. You can't get better than him. So he deserves it for me. That's what I want to say about these contracts.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Yeah, for me, from my side, if you're going to play Jorginho need please mute your mic, Nick. Yes, thank you. If you're going to play Jorginho, we need him to play along with a midfielder that can defend, because we all know Jorginho can't defend. He can take the tempo and stuff, but again, it's not good on recovering balls or defending.
Wait, Tibago, I've got a question for you. Do you know N'Golo Kante has the best? Jorginho has the best interception in our midfield in every game. Every game he plays, he has the best. And now you're telling me he can't defend, but he's making the best interception in the game. I don't get anymore.
Okay. All I'm saying, Adelaide, like, yes, he can do the work you're thinking about. But again, when teams are hitting us to counter-attack, can he run back? He's too slow for that. So all I'm saying, like, if we are going to use Jorginho, I think we need to play him with a midfielder that can defend. For example, such as I'll just randomly name names, like maybe Rice, maybe Casado that we've been linked, or Alvarez from Ajax. A player that can sit deep in order to protect Jorginho. Because if Jorginho is protected, trust me, you're going to dominate a lot of games and win them, because you will have a sort of a free roll, just like a Mason Mount and the others. So I feel like Jorginho should get a free roll in the midfield in order to compete. And then we get a midfielder that can sit back and clean those messes for him. So that's all I'm saying, Adelaide. So do you understand now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. And then IBC, what about you?
Yo, hello. Sorry, man. I'm just doing Sunday cleaning. Yeah, man. I hear what you're saying about the boys Georgie and Kante. I can't disagree. Disagree with you guys. When it comes to Kante, you guys are correct in it. Like, you got to keep Kante. There's no other guy that can play that position in the world to the ability that he can do. Obviously, it's unfortunate that he has an injury record as of the past 18 months, which is a bit higher than usual or what we're expecting. So we have to understand we have an injury-prone player on our hands. Notwithstanding, we need to give him the money he wants, the money he needs to stay, because he's a quality player. In terms of Jorginho, the transfer window is closed, and I don't see this guy leaving in January. So we got this guy to the end of the season, at least. So for the sake of that, we need to keep him, play him in a position where he's not being over-reliant to defend. So we'll explore the actions of Zakaria to help accommodate that, and Kovacic coming back into fitness. Obviously, Kante will come back, probably against Crystal Palace or against AC Milan, and which will alleviate it. But I don't think Jorginho in the long term should be in our midfield. We need to move on, and he's the only one that can make us do that if he leaves. So yeah, that's just my take on that one.
Okay, thank you, DJ Sef. I'm sorry, IBC.
Yeah, right. If I cut out, I'll be back. I'll be back. Tobacco. I just need to do something. I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. Okay,
No
no
problem.
problem. Thank you. Big up DJ Sef. Hope you're good. Everyone in the chat, if you want to ask any question, feel free to ask any question. Also hit the like button. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. I will appreciate it. But I have a question for my panelists, and if you have a question also as a panelist, you are free to ask that question so that we can address it. I'm going to start with Adelaide. My question to you: if Chelsea would sell Jorginho Kandi or not renew their contract, which players would you love to come at Chelsea to play those roles for us?
Okay, Tobago, thank you very much. First, I would like to say, for now, I don't see any player who can replace N'Golo Kante, but notwithstanding, we could get a quality player as well. But when we talk about N'Golo Kante, what he's done and what he's doing, is a world class. I had Gala's interview few years ago. Gala saying, sorry, Makalele saying, when people said Makalele is better than Kante, Kante is better than Makalele. Makalele said at his prime he wasn't playing like Kante because Kante runs the old stadium without getting tired. His energy he put on in the pitch is so amazing. So they shouldn't compare N'Golo Kante to him. But his biggest worry about N'Golo Kante is when he start picking up the injuries. It might shorten his football lifespan. It might cut off his form, which is currently playing out now. When you talk about Kante, you talk about I think they've got a song for Kante in France. They got a big song for him. The man that runs 90 minutes without getting tired. He's a big player. Jorginho, on the other hand, is a big player as well. But if Kante, straight to the question, if Kante is going, I would have loved to see Basuma, but I don't know what happened in the transfer window. Probably because of the ban, we couldn't go for Eric Basuma. But I would like to see this guy Ndidi. Ndidi is a decent player. He's a Nigerian. He knows how to play that role very well. And don't forget, we got Kante as well from Leicester City, and getting Ndidi to replace Kante is not a bad idea. Ndidi is strong. Ndidi is good in the air. Ndidi is energetic. He might not be able to run as much as Kante does, but yeah, he knows how to do the dirty work in the midfield. So I might just hopefully give it to Indy. Then talking about the attacking aspects, wow, who would I love to see play in a more attacking role in Chelsea for Jorginho? I would like to see um I would like to see someone like Paul Pogba. I might be dreaming though, but I would like to see the work of Paul Pogba in Chelsea. If we have someone like Pogba in Chelsea, it might look like what's this guy saying here? But I've always fancied the work rate of Pogba. I've always wanted to see Pogba and Kante play in the midfield in Chelsea. I think Pogba is a kind of traditional midfielder which Chelsea easily use, going by the likes of Mikel, the likes of ACN, the likes of Makalele. We've not the likes of Balak and Deco. We've not really had a fashionable midfielder just like we had in Fabregas then. We've always gone for the likes of the bullies at the middle. Let me say we've gone for the likes of physical guys at the middle of the pitch. So seeing Pogba for us will be quite amazing for me to see what he's going to play at Chelsea. Yeah, Pogba can be controversial, but at the same time, he's a decent midfielder. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adelaide. Yeah, I agree with you. Um, with N'Golo Kante, like if you're only to keep him, we need to manage his games. He needs to play those very, very important games for us. And then if other games, then we can play another midfielders. Because like I feel like N'Golo Kante has been overused by the managers because of his abilities. And that's why he keep on getting a lot of injuries. So I hope so that we're able to manage his injuries in order to be well. And then I see some of the replacement here for Georgie for N'Golo Kante, a Brighton have that player that we can replace, and that player is Moses Caicedo. I feel like Miss Elena is talking about him. So we'll talk about him as soon as Nick Blue give his thoughts. Like if you're going to replace N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, which players do you want at Chelsea to replace them?
Yeah, like I said before, N'Golo Kante is unreplaceable. We have to give him that contract, keep him for another 2 or 3 years. He deserves it. I think they're still talking with him about that. Chelsea want to keep him, of course, but will they give him that extra contract? Yeah, I like. Elena and DJ, I see in the chat they're talking about Moses Caicedo of Brighton. Very good player. Very good player, but I don't think even him is going to replace N'Golo Kante. But he's a good midfielder. He's someone we can try and get. Why not? And I also like Ndidi. I was talking about Ndidi before, if you remember, a long time ago, to bring him in. What I like, when he plays for Leicester, when he was on form, when he wasn't injured, he was really good. Reminded me a lot of N'Golo. I wouldn't mind Ndidi. He's a shout to replace Jorginho if he goes. And and before we do, go ahead and do all that, think about replacements. We haven't seen Zakaria yet. We have to wait and see what he can do. I'm sure he's going to have his debut soon. I want to see what he's like. Maybe he's a solution. I know he's not a proper DM, but he can play that position. I want to see him first before we think of buying more midfielders. That's if N'Golo stays. And if he accepts the contract, or he stays, or if he wants to go, if they don't give him the contract, then we have to go for the Brighton Moses Caicedo. We have to go for him. He looks good, and let's see. It looks good for Brighton. Chelsea is a different ball game. It's a lot different. Like other players we bought, have shown. We've seen it. They come from lower teams like Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher was our player, young, on loan to Palace, our own player. But for Palace, he was their best player. They didn't want to give him back. But, now he's come to Chelsea. It's very different. He's fighting. Every game I see him, he's trying 100%, which I like. And don't forget, we have Conor Gallagher as well. I'm sure he will improve. I have big hopes for him. I have very big hopes for him. And we have a lot of midfield players, really. But, let's see. I'm not too worried about the midfield, really. Like some people think, Jorginho's ruined everything. No, he hasn't. Jorginho is a great player. World-class player, mind you. All right, he can't defend as good as some. But, when he's on the game, he controls the game. He controls Chelsea. When you need him, he will come on and control the game and make sure we win that game. If we're winning 1-0, 2-1. That's what he does. He can control the game. Let's see what, I'm just waiting to see, because we're still in the unknown. Like Bobby said last night on my show, we are in the unknown. We've only seen one game that Chelsea play with Graham Potter. So no one really knows, till he gets a few games under his belt, what we're going to be like. So give Graham Potter a chance. Let's see what we do against Palace away. Then AC Milan during the week. If we can manage to win these 2 games coming up, then we'll think about other transfers and who's going out, who's coming in. It's far too early to think about that now. So give it. You have to be patient, which a lot of our fan base are not. They have no patience because they haven't seen. How many times I have to say this? All they've seen is trophy after trophy after trophy, and they don't. They think it's going to happen every season. No, it's not. You have to take the bad times as well. These ain't bad for us really. The season just started, hasn't even started properly, and people are talking about bowling out and all this rubbish we're out hearing. Some are still against Potter coming in, some are for Potter. You have to get back the team, back the manager, back the owner, because if Roman back this owner, we're in good hands. But, just be patient and wait till we get play some games with Graham Potter, because we haven't. We've only played 1. Yeah, that's what I want to say to Bogo for that.
Yeah, and then DJ Sef is just saying like no straight away, Nick, but to come in and learn from Kande, I will keep Kande ahead of Jorginho, Moses Caicedo eventually, and hope Zakaria improve us as well. He can replace Jorginho.
Oh, yeah. I agree with DJ. Yeah, exactly what I'm thinking. You can't replace Kante at the moment. He's still got another year on his contract, and Casadio will be a great signing if Zakaria doesn't show us a good form, or if he's not up to it. But let's give Zakaria a chance. We haven't seen him, and Jorginho, yes. Jorginho, we have to see what he does this year. It's far too early to think about getting rid of players. Yeah, except for some players, they're not in the midfield. But as you all know, Ziyech, Pulisic, Havertz, even them, I don't want to see them go straight away. Give them a chance. Let's see what they do this year first. Because we need a big squad. We're going to be in 4 competitions. We need a big squad. Yeah. Yeah, DJ, I agree with you there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Like all I'm saying now, I hope Graham Potter will find a balance in the midfield in order to protect these players, because like Jorginho is good going forward, dictating the game and stuff, but again defensively, it's not that good. But again, you can't in this modern game you can find that midfielder do everything, defend and attack a lot and stuff. So I hope Graham Potter will find a balance in order to protect those players' weaknesses. But again, I agree with DJ Sef. In order to buy a new midfielder, I'll give him N'Golo Kante a new contract, and then maybe replace Jorginho. But again, I'm not the club. I'm not Graham Potter. We're just hoping here that these players will get the contracts and stuff. But if not, I want a taking midfielder like Mateus Nunes at is playing at Wolves. I thought we would have signed him in the summer, because like his attacking ability is so good. Also, he can shoot out of the boxes and stuff. So we don't have that midfielder anymore. That's the issue we're having now. That a player that can find a goal out of nowhere. So we like that midfielder. And for Kante, yes, I like Moses Caicedo. He's so physical, so good, and then he's playing in the Premier League, so that's a bonus for us. And also, Grandpa, know he's better. Yeah, I would take him. So we'll wait and see. So, Adi, as DJ Sef here, like he will keep N'Golo Kante over Jorginho. So, who would you take or keep for one of them?
I'm gonna keep N'Golo Kante, of course. Like Nick had said it all. We have Galaga, we have, we've got some young lads as midfield, for the midfield who can pair with Ungolo. And don't forget, we still got Kovacic. But, what I'm mostly concerned about is we don't know the formation that our new coach Potter is going to use. We are not sure yet of his playing, his playing style. Is he going with the 4-3-3? Is he going with the 4-4-2? Is he going with the three at the back? This is gonna raise a lot of questions. First, we figure out the formation. Then, second, we can suggest players that will play that particular position. But the question I've got now is what do you guys think about Hazard? Is Hazard a big? I mean, Havertz rather. We're still going to talk about Havertz, but Hazard rather, Hazard. Then we'll talk about Havertz first. Is Havertz a big player? Do you think Kai Havertz is a big player, or is just he's just a fraud from the German league? You can't compare the intensity in the German league to the one in the English Premier League. English Premier League is of high intensity. You need to think quick. You need to be fast for you to be able to thrive in the Premier League. Do you think Havertz is a big player? Is he a good player, or we just bought him just because we thought we needed him, or is there any quality in him that makes him special? To me, I don't think Havertz is a kind of special player. I think he's just like a regular player, like other players. He doesn't have that special techniques. He doesn't have a particular ability he uses. Is not that strong. He's not that good in the air. He's not that good taking shots. I don't know his of his abilities yet. I'm kind of confused. Um, Probably you or Nick can prove me wrong, Tibago.
Okay, I'll start for you. With Kai Havertz, the thing about Kai Havertz is not consistent enough. Like, in order to play for Chelsea, you need to be consistent, because the time we won the leagues and stuff, we were consistent over those years. So I feel like Kai Havertz is not consistent enough. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's playing a lot of roles at Chelsea. But again, I see him as a number 10, and hopefully, the way he was played against Salzburg was more of number 10, getting a through and stuff. And then I can see more of him is not good enough for this season. We need to sell him. We need to take a loss and sell him, get better players that can be consistent. Because, like, we can't say, oh, okay, Havertz scored against Man City in the Champions League. Yes, we won the Champions League because of his goal. But overall, is he consistent? Is he good enough for Chelsea Football Club? That's the question mark. So Chelsea will have different opinions and stuff. So with me, I'm going to give him end of this season. Hopefully he'll improve, get more game time, and then maybe thrives. I hope he can do well. As a Chelsea fan, I need all our players to do well in order to win games, in order to compete. So with Kai Havertz, I'm in the middle. But again, as I said, if he's not consistent this season or is not doing well, we need to sell him. We need to buy better players. Because as a number 10, I feel like he needs to be that player who can pass Aubameyang or Broja that plays as a number 9 in order to make the space for us. So I hope that he do well for us. It seems like we lost Adelaide again. So Nick,
Yeah,
what is your thought about
yeah,
Havertz?
yeah. I agree some with what you said and what you saying. I mean, Cal Havertz for me, he's not the player we thought we were going to get. 70 million. We thought when he was coming, we thought, oh, we got the best young talent in the world. Well, he hasn't proved it. He scored that goal, but that one goal in the Champions League doesn't make him uh, worth playing every single game and the way he's playing. For me, lately, what I've seen of him, the last few games, he gets knocked off the ball far too easily. He reminds me of Tammy Abraham a lot. That was Tammy Abraham's downfall. He was knocked off for a big lad like him. So same as Carl Havertz, they just get knocked off so easy. How could do better than both of them put together, really? So if he doesn't improve, like you said, you know, we give him more time, yes. If he doesn't improve, we have to count our losses and and go for someone else. Bring in Eden Hazard. That's the player we need right now. He's back to his old self. I've gone off Havertz and I'm talking about Eden Hazard because that will be a great buy if we manage to bring Hazard back to Chelsea. You will see our team change because he will play with these youngsters we have and make them even better. You need an Eden Hazard. You need someone special in that team, not just Angolo. Remember when Hazard and Angolo were together when we won the league last time with Antonio Conte? It was partly because of them two players. That's the way to go. Bring Eden Hazard back. Havertz, if he's not doing it. He's not Chelsea level, like you said. He can't score when he gets a chance. He's over reacting. Trying to make it look too good, and he misses too many chances. For me, yeah, I'll take Eden Hazard any day, any day. And get rid of all of them. Pulisic, Ziyech, and Havertz, and bring Eden Hazard. He will play better than all three can. We will play for this club. That's what I have to say. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nick. I have a question. Joseph just saying something here. Harvard is world class for sure, showing his development. I disagree about selling him, guys. Remember, Salah and De Bruyne were look out they turned out. Yeah, I agree with DJSF. We sold them early and then it backfired.
Yeah.
But again,
Tobago, we're not saying so Havertz early. We give him another season. If he can't do it in another season, that means he's not for Chelsea. That it's like De Bruyne, Salah. Salah was, especially Salah, he was useless for us. That's why he went away. We got rid of him because he was no good for Chelsea. All right, he went away. He went to Roma, was it, and come back to Liverpool like a different person, different player. That happens in football. You can't always win. You don't know what's going to happen. Any player can go from Chelsea and become a super world class player. Doesn't mean Havertz is going to be one. Well, I want to see him do good. I like him. Well, he does some nice turnarounds, flicks, but he has to improve a lot. So if he can't do it this season, we have to think again. Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, we need to give him time because he's young and then have a room for improvement. So hopefully, Grandpata can improve him in order to be a good player, a better player than he is now. And also, he needs to work on his finishing, and he's still young. Yes, I agree. He needs to work on his finishing because he get into great spaces or great position for him to go to score goals for us. So he had slight mistakes that slowing his game. So as I said, last game he played as a number 10. I want him to play there frequently because his role is number 10. If you can check it, Germany, it is at his former club before they played him as a first nine, he was more as number 10. That player can create chances for the club in order to score goals. So I feel like we need to play him there a lot of the time. Like, just give him a free role. Don't give him a first nine position because, like, I feel like sometimes him playing as a first nine, we give him a lot of pressure because he's still young. So his expectations are too big for him. So I want him to get a free role, just like Mason Mount. I need him to have a chemistry with Mason Mount or Aubameyang or Brock, who's playing at the front. Also, they need to start on the training pitch. They need to have that chemistry, that development, so that we can see them in the games. Because like at other team, like for example, De Bruyne, you can see De Bruyne have a good relationship with Haaland so far because De Bruyne knows how to find Haaland. So we need Kai Havertz to find our taking players in order to thrive. So hopefully Graham Potter will get that tune for him, that spark for him, so that he can perform well for us. And also, DJ said, please remember, guys, Kai is only thing to Bayern Munich want him back. Bayern Munich, I think it was saying Bayern Munich want him. And my point is he will my point is he will ball at Bayern Munich. Yes, I agree. If a good coach can find his best role for him, that he can I want the player to do well. I want Kairos to do well. And then maybe Grandfather is the right guy to develop Kai Havertz. We just wish like that. Even with other midfielders, I want Conor Gallagher to do well for us in order to thrive. So we need that rotation. This players, so we can see all of them, the different abilities. As I said, we need a midfielder balance in our team. We need a team balance. We need a chemistry for us to win games. So we can't go games and say really 1-0 and we depend on that 1-0. It's a dangerous game. So we need chemistry in order to create chances, to create scoring opportunities, to have more goals in the game. So Nick, do you have any question for the panelists?
We talked about Cal Havertz. Yeah, yeah. For me, yeah, you're right. You can't play as a false nine. We tried it how many times with Tuchel. That's not his position. You know, number 10 is his. We know he's number 10. He plays better there. He has to improve. That's all. And I'm willing. Let's see what happens with Graham Potter. Like I said, we don't know because we only played one game. And even in that one game, we drawed 1-1, but Chelsea were playing with more conviction for me. Yeah, they showed more. Even if we got a draw, we should have won, but we didn't. But let's see what happens on Saturday and which players he goes for. Yeah, Cal Havertz, I know he's younger, DJ, 22. Bayern Munich want him back. Yeah, if he goes to Bayern Munich, it's different in Germany. He can play great. He can score a lot of goals, but he's not. This is the Premiership. You have to be tough in the Premiership, and he's not. That's the problem. That's the main problem I have with him because he gets knocked off the ball. When he's in good positions, he just gets knocked off with any defense, any team we play. That's the problem with Cole Havertz. Yeah.
Okay, Nick. So like, uh, okay, let's say, okay, at Bayern Munich, he will score goals, a big replacement for Muller when he retires at Bayern. We have to be careful what we ask for the worst thing to see is him bullying at Bayern Munich, and we had him.
But
So yeah, okay, go on.
Tobago, yeah, he can ball at Bayern Munich, DJ. I keep saying it. Look at Lukaku. What was he doing at Inter Milan? How many goals? 30 something, 35 goals. It's different. When he came to the Premiership, he couldn't get up for the challenge. It's a whole different. You should know, DJ. He's different. Is the German league or any other league is not the Premiership. This is the hardest league in the world, and if you're not halfway tough enough to take it, then you won't make it. Doesn't matter who you are.
Okay, welcome back, RT. Like we've been talking about Kai Havertz. Do you feel like we sell him, or do you think that we need to give him more time to develop at Chelsea? So overall, what is your thoughts about Kai Havertz?
I can't hear that. Please, can you come again?
Like we are
Can you
talking
hear me?
about Kai Havertz. Like you remember you asked a question about Kai Havertz. Like for you, like do you
Sorry,
think Chelsea is
my network is kind of bad. Hello?
so
Can you
can you
hear
still
me?
hear me? Yes.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Overall, like what is your thought about Kai Havertz? Because like DJ said is
Sorry,
fighting for Kai
I have to
Havertz's
go
life.
off
So
and come back
big
on.
up to DJ Sef. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem.
He's got
Okay,
problems with his network. That's why he's going in and out.
okay, no problem. Like okay, um, Nick. Like you've been talking about Eden Hazard. Do you think Eden Hazard will come to Chelsea?
I think if we went for him, he would, because Real Madrid have so many players, and not only so many, they have great players, and he can't play every single game for them. He's been playing in the last few, but he doesn't play in every game. I think he would take the chance. He would come back because he still loves Chelsea Football Club. He always has. From the day he came to Chelsea, he loved that club. I'm sure he will come back if we went for him. And what a signing that will be, re-signing Eden Hazard. That will give a big boost to the club. Not just for the team, but the whole club, because he's up there with the best, with Ronaldo and with Messi. He's the third one down the ladder. And I think he's above the Ronaldo now. Ronaldo's getting on to, he's getting on a bit. So, Eden Hazard, I saw him against Wales the other day. He was the old Eden Hazard for me. He scored a spectacular goal for Real Madrid 2 weeks ago, was it? He's playing. He's back to his best, nearly to his whole best. But because he's been training, he's been losing weight, and he looks a lot fitter now. I think that'd be a great signing. I think most Chelsea fans will want him back. Let's hope Todd Bowley thinks the same, and Graham Potter, of course.
Yeah, but Eden Hazard is one of my favorite Chelsea players. Uh, uh, I would love him to come to Chelsea. Also, I feel like we need to have a uh, we need to have scouts that can scout another Eden Hazard for us. So him coming back at Chelsea, I'll be great. But again, I hope that we're going to scout another Eden Hazard for us, so that we can see a similar player like Eden Hazard, even though it's not that simple. Also, I've shared a link to the to the chat. If you want to come in, you're welcome to come. But before that, just show your face before like going to the stream. Then you can hide your face, because like recently we've been seeing people posting some silly things on social media and stuff. So YouTube doesn't allow that. But we're going to give everyone a chance to speak. If you have time, please press the link in order to be our panelist. So, but again, Nick, so I haven't asked you this before. Like, what is your expectation about Graham Potter or overall this season? Where do you think Chelsea should finish? Also, do you think do you think that Graham Potter will win a trophy this season or some trophies?
Yeah, yeah. At the moment, it's so hard to to make predictions because we've only seen one game from Graham Potter. He needs a few games under his belt. Shame, about this Nations League. It ruined it for us because he wanted to play that game against Liverpool on Sunday. It would have been better if we played that game, of course. But yeah, for me, what I've seen Graham Potter do with Brighton, it's great. I love watching Brighton play football under Graham Potter. He was really good attacking football. If they played really good. So if we, we have to give him time. It's very hard to predict. Like when it was Thomas Tuchel, I predicted we finished second, and get in the top four. I predicted we would challenge City and go on and win the league next year. But now it's different. Now it's all changed because we don't know we haven't seen enough of Graham Potter. But I think we have the players. We still have the same players, and we have even what we've added with Fofana, Koulibaly, Cucurella, great players. Koulibaly needs a few more games to get used to the Premiership. He said it himself. He's not ready yet for the Premiership. He said it will take me time, and I'm sure he will come good. Once all these players have had a few games, under the belt, then we can discuss this on, say, in December. In December, we're going to have an idea where we are. If we're still up there in the top 5, top 6, there's no reason why we don't finish top 4. For me, even with one game, I'm still saying we're going to finish top 4. And a trophy, yeah, it'd be nice to get one trophy for Graham Potter. I think we will because it's Chelsea Football Club. Somehow we always manage to get a trophy. Doesn't matter who's the manager, who's playing, who's the players. We always manage to get at least one trophy. It's just the tradition with Chelsea. So for me, if he finishes top 4 without a trophy, it'd be great. Be a great achievement for him. But to get a trophy and finish top 4, that will be even better for the club and for Bowley and everyone. Yeah, so we have to wait and see. It's hard. We can't predict properly right now because we haven't seen enough. So I would say give it to December, and even the next 2 games, very must win games. Palace away, AC Milan at home. They must wins. Other, so let's see if we manage to win these 2 next games. People will be talking different about Potter and Chelsea again. Yeah. Are you there, Tobago?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like, if you're in the chat, guys, please hit the like button. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. That would be helpful. Also, Nick look at got a YouTube channel. Please check it out. Subscribe to the channel. The call is called the Blue Stand. So please, guys, subscribe to the channel. Help my friend's channel to grow also. And then we open our channel at the same time, so we're still growing together. So help us to grow our channels and stuff. And also, you're all Chelsea fans. Yeah, you're most welcome to come in the stream to be our panelist to talk about the club we love. So yeah, guys, I'm happy. So overall, Nick, in terms of Graham Potter, to me, I would like the club to give him more chance to build his team also I would like the fans to be patient with him, because yes, people are saying like he's an average coach and stuff, but some coaches can be average and can be good after that. So everyone deserves his chances. He was doing well at Brighton. Now we've got an opportunity to coach a big club like Chelsea. As fans, we need to be patient with him. Even if he finish out of top four, I won't be mad. If the owners they believe in the project, I won't be mad, because like you can build a project over one season. We need to give him time to build his stuff. So hopefully he finish top four. That will benefit the club very well. So we wait and see how it goes on and stuff with grandfather, and maybe a silverware that will be a bonus for us. So overall, I love grandfather. I enjoyed watching Brighton playing because of him, and I want to see that style of play implemented at Chelsea, because like I felt that we were like that over under Thomas Tuchel, because Tuchel is a good coach, but we didn't see a identity of our club. Yes, we're winning games last season and stuff. Even this season we're playing, like we're not that convincing. So I need us to be convincing. We need an identity or a style of play. We need to be. We need to see flexibility from our manager. So I hope Graham Potter is the solution, or the man that can lead Chelsea for success for coming years. So Nick, what is your thoughts about we've been talking about today? So because I'm about to wrap the stream. So what is your thoughts about we've been talking about
Yeah,
today?
I mean, yeah, we talked about a few players. Havertz, Eden Hazard coming back. We talked a lot about everything. The only problem is at the moment, Joseph fans, all of us, we're in the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. Next few games with Graham Potter, because we haven't seen enough. We've seen one game, so I'm willing to give him the whole season. See where he takes us. Even if, like you said, even if we don't get trophies or we don't finish top four, if we're playing attacking, attractive football, that's good enough for me for the first season. Because if you do that, then you can only improve. In the following season, I'm sure we're going to win something. But I'm sticking what I said. We will finish top four. The players we have, the squad we have, we're too good not to. I'm not worried about Arsenal or Tottenham or Liverpool or anyone else. Only Man City, they'll probably end up winning the league. Um, Liverpool, same sort of situation with us. All right, they don't have a new manager, but right now they're not doing too good. And I always say we're better than Liverpool. I've always said that, and it's true because we always play better than them, and we were unlucky in the finals last year with them. So, you know, I'm full of optimism. I'm very optimistic. We will finish fourth, at least fourth this season. But if we don't, we just let's hope Graham Potter gets a identity, like you said, because we haven't had one for a long time. Thomas Tuchel did great. We won trophies. He came in at the right time. He stopped the leaking of goals. We had a great defense, best defense. When he made Rudiger into a different player, not just Rudiger, Christensen, Alonso. He done that. Thomas Tuchel did all that, and I didn't want him. I didn't want him to go so early, but he became very stubborn, playing players out of form. So in the end, I think it was the right decision by the board, and we have to move on and give Graham Potter a chance to see what he can do, like everyone else did. Jose Mourinho wasn't Jose Mourinho we know when he started. Pep wasn't Pep. Klopp wasn't Klopp. they all got a chance with big clubs, and now it's time for Graham Potter. He's an English person, and it'd be great to see another English manager at Chelsea doing great, like we had with Glenn Hoddle, Dave Sexton, so many. We had English and Scottish managers in the past, and they were all great. So I hope Graham Potter becomes that. Yeah, that's what I have to say for that, Tobago.
Thank you. And then welcome, DJ Sev. I hope you're good. And then I know you've been listening to what we are saying. So
yeah.
Overall, what is your thoughts about everything we've been talking about? And then we're going to continue the stream for a long time until you get a chance to talk about what you want to talk about.
No, listen, big up to you both, by the way. Been a long time no speak, Nick, as well. Big up to both of you and Tobago. It's been ages. It's been too long.
DJ, big up to you. We haven't spoke for ages.
It hasn't been. It hasn't been, bro. It hasn't been. It's been too long. I'm still going and watching the games, home matches. I still maybe think I might maybe bumped into you or something like that around them ways. But
I was at the Leicester game. I'll be at the Wolves game. I have a ticket already.
Yeah, I'm going to the Milan game, the Chelsea Milan game. I'm going to that game.
I'm going to the Wolves game. I'm not going to the AC Milan game.
But, I'm going for that one. Definitely. That's the one Champions League game I want to go and see, only because of the opposition.
Obviously, I talked a lot. It's your
turn. So it's obviously to see the likes of Tomori and obviously Giroud coming back to Chelsea. It'd be nice to see what they're going to be like. And obviously, one player I'm following very much in the Milan team is Rafael Leao, who I'd love to see come to Chelsea. I think he's an excellent player. But listen, going back to what you guys have been discussing, my thoughts on Kai Havertz. The reason why I've been defending this guy, and I know a lot of Chelsea fans, for some reason or another, and I'm not saying you guys are doing this, but it seems to be a trend now where everyone just follows the leader. One player goes on about that, one fan goes on about how much they don't like Kai Havertz, and then everyone else just follows on and says, yeah. I mean, it's not true at all. If anyone has actually watched Kai Havertz in his football career, you would know what kind of a player this guy is. Yeah, he's a top quality player. And, it's not his fault that when he came to Chelsea, he got played out of position numerous occasions. He's not a natural number 9. Everyone thought he was a natural number 9, which he's not. Anybody that used to watch Leverkusen play would know the guy had a free role at Leverkusen. He could either come from attacking midfield or he'll play anywhere in that free role. So that means he can come from midfield, he can come from the wings, come and score a goal. He had that free role at Chelsea by Leverkusen. That's why the kid is so excellent and why so many clubs were chasing him, because of what he could do. I think as Chelsea fans get on players blacks very, very quickly, because we see what he's done, we've seen the money that he's come for, and all of a sudden it's not working out. We need to let go of. What you guys don't seem to realize is if he ends up leaving Chelsea, he's not going to go for we don't want a situation to happen where he might end up like Lukaku. He goes on loan to Bayern Munich and then we make no money on this guy. For me, this guy is far better than Lukaku. He's younger than Lukaku. Yes, they play different positions, but this guy I thought does more for the team. He works more for the team and he gets more involved in the team than Lukaku does. And I think people forget to do that. Yeah, he's had a couple of his season so far hasn't been great. I admit that. Nor is, you name me one Chelsea team once he played. Pulisic has been rubbish. They've all been rubbish, but it seems like Kai Havertz seems to be the one carrying the back because of the money that we spent on him. I mean, people go on about his Champions League goal that he scored, right? And that's why he's got this thing now, where he can't do no wrong. I, for one, listen, I will criticize a player regardless of how they are, because I want them to go out there every week and do well for the Chelsea shirt, because the club pays the wages. As fans, we want to see them do well. I also, at the same time, like to say to players that come there, we have got top quality players, and he's one of the best in the world. And I for one, think if we let this guy go to Bayern Munich, which it looks like it's going to happen because they've shown huge interest in this guy, he will ball at Bayern Munich. And people talk about that's the German league. Well, I need to remind you guys, look at Erling Haaland. Wasn't he in the German league? He's come to Manchester City, man. The guy's got 3 hat-tricks already. So it can happen. But again, he's playing in a natural position of striker. And I think people are getting to realise that Kai Havertz, he's not a striker. And I think people have got to realise this. He's not a striker. The guy's come in to play the position that he thinks he should be playing, which I personally think is probably from attacking midfield. I'm going to give him that free role, but he's been played as a false 9. And because he's not scoring the goals as every fan would like to see, let's get on Kai Havertz back. I mean, I think it's a bit harsh. Everyone's got their opinions, I guess. You know, Mason Mount's another one I love as well. I'm seeing the way he's playing at the moment. The guy's not doing well. Again, people are not getting on his back as much because, and I don't know why. Okay, because again, he deserves like Kai Havertz. They all deserve criticism. All our players do, especially our front line. They all deserve the criticism, but don't just aim that criticism at one player only. And I think Kai Havertz at the moment is getting the brunt of it all, and that's why there's talks of him maybe going to Bayern Munich next season. And if he ends up going, guys, I'm telling you now, this is going to be another Kevin De Bruyne, Salah situation where the guy's going to do so well, and he'll come back to the Premiership one day with another club, and he'll smash it with another club, and that's what's going to happen. You play Kai Havertz in that Liverpool, Manchester City team, Pep Guardiola and Klopp improves that player straight away and does and makes him do what he has to do. Why is it at Chelsea he cannot do it? Does it mean he's at the wrong team? Is it the management is it because the management? We never seem to blame our management team. We always seem to blame our players sometimes. Sometimes you've got to look at the managers as well and see how they play these players. Because if they're not playing them in their rightful positions, they're not going to work out. And if Kai Havertz ends up going and doing it at Liverpool, I'm telling you this right now, guys. If he goes to Manchester City, he scores goals. If he goes to Liverpool, he scores goals. Why is it at Chelsea he does not score goals? That's a question I ask you guys. Is that a question we have to ask? Is that a thing we then have to say, oh, is it out of the way the system we play? Is it the management that we've had at the team? But we seem to always never blame the foot. We always seem to blame the players sometimes rather than the managers sometimes. And I think that's where we go wrong as fans. And I, for one, I will always back my club. No matter, I always back the one thing I always do is I back my football club. Regardless of who manages them, it's the football club I back. And if we're not getting we're getting these players in and they're not playing in their positions that they should be playing in, of course they're going to fail. You know, it's one of those things that's going to happen. Timo Werner, the same thing. It didn't happen because he wasn't playing in his right position. Failed. He went back to Leipzig. The man scoring goals. Yeah, so you got to ask that question, man. Sometimes is it ourselves as a football club, and then our fans are very quickly much to go on the players' backs, but they don't think why this situation is not happening, why these players are not playing. I mean, I would like to hear your thoughts on it, guys. Honestly, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Seriously, I'm done now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, great point, DJ said. As I said, I feel like we need to bring our scouting department or our coaches that were there to identify those players, because if you want a player, you already have a plan or a project. How can you use that player in order to neutralize him? Because the time we've got Lukaku with 100 million, how can you spend 100 million on a striker and not find a role to utilize him? Because at Inter Milan, they were so good to find him, whether it's a left wing back or right wing back or a midfielder. They knew how to find him, and he was scoring goals for Inter Milan. So also Kai Havertz by Leverkusen was so effective. They knew how to use him. Even Timo Werner was sort of a second striker. He was not a number 9. He was a second striker, a supporting striker. They knew how to use him. So I feel like sometimes those people are our scouting players or our management team. They don't know what to do when it comes to transfer window. They just buy players out of form. So we need to be careful of that. We need to buy players for the project that you are in, neutralize those players at their best positions. So that's a good question. I also asked Nick that question. And before that, welcome, Certified. I hope you're good, my friend.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, guys? Yeah, it's my first time on this show, so yeah.
Yeah, hi, Certified.
Oh, hello,
Yeah,
Nick. I didn't even know you were here.
Yeah, you can see I'm wearing a Young shirt.
Yeah.
How's
everyone doing?
Yeah,
all
good.
Good, man. All good.
I just want to say what DJ was saying, just to reply to a few questions there. Yeah, I agree, DJ, with most of what you said. I do like Kai Havertz. I like watching him when I go and watch him, especially live at Chelsea. He does try, but I think the problem with him is the position. playing false nine doesn't work for him. I think when he against Salzburg, he was much better because he was playing as a number 10. But still, he gets knocked off the ball too easy. He's not strong enough. He has to get fit, go to the gym, and get stronger because this Premiership you have to be strong, and that's the only thing I have with him. All right, he misses good chances sometimes, which he should have scored, but that's with all our players. So I'm not going to blame Havertz for missing goals because Mason Mount is doing it even worse. He's been, how many games has Mason Mount been out of form? And Tuchel kept playing him. Same with Havertz, that was Tuchel's downfall, playing players out of form, Mendy, Havertz, Mount,
And I agree
continuously.
with that, mate. I
Yeah,
agree
that
with
was
that.
too much. That was too much to see. I couldn't believe what he was doing. I love Thomas Tuchel. I didn't want him to go, but he
Same.
was stubborn. He was stubborn, DJ.
Yeah.
We go to the bridge and you see the players who are trying and the ones who are not. And Karl Havertz is always trying. That's what I like about him. I don't want him gone. Like we said before, we want to see what he does this season, a whole season, because under Graham Potter it could be different. I'm hoping he will. I have faith in him, because great players like him, we don't want to see go. We want to see get more players in. Bring Eden Hazard back. Let him teach him a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I do agree with you. I'm not the one saying I'll never go on Twitter and say who these players.
No, I'm not
shit.
saying you, Nick. I've just seen a lot
of people. But whoever wears that blue shirt, I back and scream for when I go there. Even look at Raheem Sterling. I never wanted him. I was saying on Twitter, I don't want him near Fulham Broadway. Because I didn't think he'd be Chelsea fit, but he's proved me so wrong.
Excellent signing.
The player has proved me wrong. He's our best player at the moment, and I can't wait to go and watch him. I never thought I'd say that, but he's a special player. The goals he gets, he's unbelievable goals he gets for us. All right, it's not so many, but he's doing it, and every fan can be proved wrong. Now I want to see Mason Mount hit that level. Mason Mount, we love you. You're a Chelsea lad. We want to see you do well, but at the moment, he's down on confidence.
He is.
Like a lot of players we have.
Even
it's a confidence. Yeah,
they're both.
DJ.
They're both.
Yeah,
they were like our good players. I mean, they were like our really good players last season. To be fair to them, I think Mason Mount's levels have just dropped slightly. And listen, I'm one of Mason Mount. He's one of my favourite players now. I want him to get his new contract as soon as possible as well. Like Reece James has just had his contract signed. Yeah, so I want this guy signed up as well because I think he's our future, along with Reece James. I still believe in Kai Havertz. I just think with Kai Havertz, though, I think if things don't go for him, I think if the fan starts, there's not many fans. What I'm saying is why I said what I said is because you go to Stamford Bridge, there's not a single fan that turns on Kai Havertz. It's just when I hear them in the crowd, they're all for supporting him. It's just when I go on to like trends and I'm reading on Twitter and then I'm seeing some other fan channels, some of them just turn on him, man. They just switch on him, man.
That's DJ. That's Twitter. They wait for these chances. They're not real fans. Like I keep saying, I say on Twitter, you're not true Chelsea fans. They're not, and they've never been to Chelsea or Stamford Bridge. I'm not saying if you don't go to Stamford Bridge, you're not a Chelsea fan because we got millions who are, like Tobago, passionate, Addy, Philip, so many. So many. We have so many worldwide fans who are. They die for Chelsea, and I know I've met them. So, but some of our fans here in England on Twitter, they're talking a lot of rubbish. Always putting players down. If we don't win nothing or we lose one game or two games, God, that's the end of the world. No, you be patient. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Also, I'd like to say big up to Glenn, and then certified welcome to the channel. And then I have a question for you because DJ Sef already asked us like why Chelsea buy players when they're all on form, but when they come to Chelsea, it's either they're not doing well or they're not on form or they're playing out of position. What's the issue you're having at Chelsea at the moment?
In my opinion, I've said this so many times on spaces as well. You can say into regards that the player's not used to this league, but then I think Chelsea have this luck of buying players who just don't have a Premier League mentality. Do you get what I'm saying? Or it's just due to our scouting, really. Like, if you look at Werner, Havertz, I'm not saying Havertz is a crap player. I think at the moment, he's a bit average, but I want him to improve. That's why I don't want him to leave. Do you get what I'm saying? I know what he's got in him. That's the thing. As you two were talking, Nick and DJ, do you get what I'm saying? That's why I don't want him to leave. But he needs to step up at this moment of time. You can say that he has plays in different positions, but we need to find his great position really. And Werner as well. I like Werner because of his character really, but in my opinion, it's just that Werner, I don't think he just likes this league. I think this league is too hard for it. That's just the thing with Chelsea. We buy players that don't have that Premier League mentality. Can show it in another league, but they just don't have the mentality here. That if you look at our strikers, for instance, you can name me so many of them that have complained, not complained, but have spoken about how this league is more tougher. I'll try to get goals. I don't know if you heard their interviews. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Morata's, Werner was one. Um, Havertz also came out and said it. I know he's not a striker, but he was playing in that number 9 position. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah, but that's why I was saying, I think other if Chelsea want to like succeed in their signings, what I've always been suggesting, and Nick as well, why do we just go and get players that probably we haven't even heard of, but are good talents, just like we haven't heard of, and really create them to be that Premier League legend? That's what has been happening back in the day. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what Liverpool have done with Salah. Do you get what I'm saying? And Sadio Mane. Do you get what I'm saying? And Robertson. Why can't we do that? I understand Bully wants to do a module of Liverpool, but in my opinion, I suggest looking at the leagues like the Brazilian league. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you look at the way the players are brought up to be, they're brought up to be fearless, no matter what league they're playing in, no matter what. I'm not even joking. Like no matter what defender they'll go up against, I'll always dribble past them. Do you get what I'm saying? We need those type of attackers if that's what you're talking about. At least let's just get these players that really want to play. They want to play, but just fearless and have a mentality in the Prem that we can like be able to sustain. You get what I'm saying? Because like at this moment in time, it's hard to get good strikers. Do you get what I'm saying? Because like most of them fit into a certain system. There's so many picky ones. They can only adapt to this league and the amount of space they get. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my opinion on your question. But overall, I'm missing football, man. And I'm not even
Yeah, tell
joking.
me about it. Tell me about it, bro. Tell
Like
me about it.
literally,
It's
I
so
can't
boring
stand
at
to
the
watch
moment, isn't it?
England. I'm not even joking. I can't even stand to watch this England, man.
We got relegated, bro.
Exactly, they got relegated. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh man, that's so bad.
we're playing like Burnley. We're like the Burnley of the Nations League. Nah, man.
No,
I can't watch this crap, man.
no, my
Something
heritage team won last. My heritage country won last night, so I can't complain. Portugal, man, they thrashed. What do you call it? 4-0. I was so happy about that result.
Yeah, Ronaldo got his nose busted.
Yeah, he did, mate. What a bad challenge that was,
Yeah.
mate. Honestly, seriously, but yeah. But but listen, everything you've just said there, mate. I've said it all along because I think, you know, with the likes of a Kai Havertz, I know people are saying give this guy. I mean, look, I know it's been 3 years since he's been at Chelsea, and he's got 2 years left on his contract now. No, 3 years, 2 or 3 years left on his contract now. And I think, you know, for me, I think this guy, I think there is a player in for him. I just think he's putting him in his right position. And people say, what is his right position? Anybody that followed Leverkusen, as I said, would know. He either came from deep from midfield and scored goals, or he'd have that free role at Leverkusen. and he'd score. He'd be banging in goals for them. You know, he used to literally he used to be the corner taker. No, not the corner taker, but he took all the free kicks, the penalties, any kind of whatever, because he was dangerous at set plays as well because of his height. So and I think if we had this, if we don't have the right, also the manager has to utilize him in a proper way. And if you be fair to Kai Havertz, since he's been at Chelsea, we played this guy as a false nine, doesn't work. We've tried to play him off the wings, it doesn't work. So what I'm saying is, give him that free role that he can eventually do. But all I'm basically saying is play him in his natural position first, which I believe is deep for midfield. Okay, and then eventually, when he's used to everything, get him to play that free role where he can come either off the left, off the right, or go forward and score goals.
That's what I'm
You
thinking
get
as
me?
well. Yeah,
But at the
that's
moment,
exactly what I'm thinking.
But at the moment, we just got him playing on one side and one side only, and you're not going to see the best out of him. And this is what I'm trying to make Chelsea fans understand. And I'm not saying that obviously everyone on this panel knows it, but I'm just saying that the fans out there that watch. I mean, I go and watch Chelsea every week because luckily, if I'm on a season ticket, I go and watch my club play every week, and I watch the way this guy plays. Obviously, I watch the whole team play, but I watch him play in particular, and his body language. People say his body language sometimes is off. It's not that. It's because you can see he's not happy playing in the position that he's playing in. And I get what Nick's saying. He needs to go to the gym. He needs to maybe build himself up a little bit because he's easily pushed off the ball. But at the end of the day, the guy about what the guy generally in games glides. When he's on the ball, he just glides in games. When he's got the ball, he's so he's so technical with his ability with the ball when he's got it. He just glides with the ball, makes things happen, either scores a goal, sets somebody up, or does something with the ball. And we're not seeing the best of that at the moment because I just feel that he's just being shoved wide right on that wide side where you're not going to see that happen with him. So this is why people are getting on his back. Yeah, go on, bro.
And
yeah,
you do realize that just like Jorginho, he's also getting targeted.
Yeah,
because they've all seen it from last season. You give him that space. Havertz is a clinical finisher. People don't realize, because they've learned that from last season. They saw the way he was banging. If you don't give him now people have realized you have to get on him. This guy now it's working now, and he's affecting the way we play.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because Havertz is that main vocal point. He's a false nine. He can come. He does everything, bro, and he finishes, bro. And if he's getting marked out, then that's part of our gameplay ruined.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's
true.
Yeah, guys. I have a question for you, DJ Sef and Certified, because I already asked Nick.
Yeah.
Because our main topic for today's stream is all about the midfielder issues, like Jorginho Kande's contract about to be run out at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Should we renew their contract, or should we try the replacement? Because Ben Jacob just tweeted that priority now is Edson Alvarez, and then now it's about it's all in there from Graham Potter and Kyle to decide that. Also, we are monitoring the situation of Moses Caicedo.
Yeah.
So, what is your thought about Chelsea and midfielder issues?
Certified. Do you want to go first, bro?
All right. Thanks a lot, bro. Is it a question about Kante?
Yeah, so I'm saying Jorginho and Kante contract are almost running out. Do you think
okay, in my opinion, I think Jorginho, I'll be very honest, his time is up. I'm being very honest, man. I understand he played well for Italy, but then if we have a player that's constantly getting targeted in our midfield, and because of that is benefiting also with our play and our defense, then you can't keep him for any longer, knowing also that he's not physical either. Do you get what I'm saying? Teams are just gonna know, and they're gonna find out, target Jorginho, and it's working at the moment. Now because of that, he's passing the ball in weird areas, and this and that, and we can't really have that anymore. And one positive is this: I don't know if his contract runs out, he'll be a free agent. But if we were to get a deal before his contract runs out, we can get him for a good price, knowing that teams around, I keep saying this, teams around see him as this Ballon d'Or third place contender. Teams in Italy can pay about 60 million for him, You get what I'm saying? And now we will get good money off Jorginho. I'm being very honest, man. If we sell him with Kante, it depends on the replacement. I don't want him to go, but if he was to, we need a replacement. And I don't see anyone that replaces N'Golo Kante. I'm being very honest in what he's done for us. I'm being very honest with you. Um, you can say maybe that DM in Ajax, but I don't think he's anywhere close. If Kante was to leave, I would want him for some money. But then the thing is this: teams will just wait till their contract will end, and then when they finish, you can just buy him for free. You get what I'm saying? But I say I want to give Kante at least 1 more year. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's just me. DJ, do you want to go?
Yeah, bro. Listen, I like certified. I agree about the whole Jorginho thing. Look, the guy's I know he's up at the end of the season. I know he can go. If we're going to get money for him, get money for him. And there's a lot of in fact, his contract's actually going to be up. So there's a lot of talk of him going to Barcelona on a free transfer next summer. But then apparently news has come out ever since then that talks have been held, and the discussions have been discussed that he's happy to stay. So for me, out of the two players, people can go on about how N'Golo Kante comes in, he gets injured, but what people don't realise of N'Golo Kante, for me, this guy is more effective in the game than Jorginho is. The guy does more for the team than I feel Jorginho does. And if you have someone like Zakaria playing that DM role, okay, and then you give you maybe put Kante and Cover maybe ahead of him, I think you'll see they can both. From what I understand with the Zakaria's game is he can utilize him. So he can either go forward like Kante, he can either do what Kante does, or they can swap if need be. So Kante can come and hold, he can go forward. So if you play someone like Zakaria physically in that midfield and you give Kante and Cover that opportunity to go forward, I think you always get the best out of him. And people are talking about replacing N'Golo Kante because of his injuries. The guy's still only 31 years old. The guy is I'd still say he's probably as a midfielder, he's probably got in the game, I'd say another three more years in the game, maybe even longer if he can hold, especially nowadays with the technology and stuff these footballers use nowadays for football and keeping these players ongoing for quite some time. We just got to look at Thiago Silva, Ibrahimovic, and what they're doing now at themselves and everything they do to see that these guys can last for a long time. Kante, I do believe, okay, people say about his injuries. I think if you give him I think it's a 2.5-year contract with an extra roll on he's got for an extra year after that, 2-year contract with an extra year on top of that. He's, that for me is adequate for him, but he's obviously saying no to that. Kante, I hope he does stay. I want him to stay. And I think when I talked about Moses Caicedo, I mean, he's just the ideal guy who are looking for a midfielder to come in January or wherever it might be, or even there's Alvarez. There's talk of Alvarez as well. But the reason why people are looking at Marcelo Caicedo is because the guy's played under Potter. He knows how he plays the game, and if you imagine him learning from the likes of Kante, Jorginho, and Zakaria while he comes in as his development. I mean, what 3 top players to learn from in that midfield? And if we can get him in and keep Kante on top of that, still for next season, I'll be happy. But like what's said earlier on, I think for me, J5's time up at Chelsea is probably, I'd say, is up now. And I think if we can get a price, if he wants to go next summer, I'll personally will let him go. That's my honest thought. That's just my opinion, though. People may disagree with me, but that's just my opinion.
I agree with you, bro. I'm being very honest. Literally, Casado would be a good buy, and I think with Potter leaving, I think with Potter that's left Brighton now. I don't think he'll be overpriced because when Potter was here, he was priced about like 50 million ish.
He was.
I don't think he will be that expensive, really. And Trossard, do you get what I'm saying? Because the new Brighton manager, he doesn't know much. And he doesn't look like a player that will use the young players or trust the young players the way Potter did. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just my opinion and yours. I think Casado will be a good buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Glenn have a question for us. Like as he said, had to cash in Kante, what would you value him?
Big up to Glenn. Big up to you, by the way, bro. I know Glenn. I see him on other. I know him from Coachilla's stream as well. Big up to you, Glenn. Hope you're well, bro. Yeah, listen, it's a very good point. Hard to cash in on Kante. I don't know if it'd be hard to. I mean, look, we got to remember. I think what's he got left on his contract, Kante? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 1 year? 1 year left on his contract. So
Yes,
more or less,
1 year.
the guy can. Is it the same? Was it the same as Jorginho? I can't remember. I've got to double check. He can more or less walk out on.
At the end of the season, their contracts run out.
Is it? So more or less, they can go on a free, can't they? So they can start if they want to. Both those players can start talking to clubs in January. Yeah. So if they want to if they want to start talking to clubs in January, they can leave on a free in the summer. So a deal can be done in January for these players, unless a club's going to come out right and buy them, right? But look, for me, price wise for Kante, I wouldn't even. I don't know where to even begin on that one. I hope no value on him because I want him to stay. But if we end up selling him, I don't know. Maybe I still think we can still fetch. I don't know. Maybe what do we? I don't know. That's a tough question. You know that.
In my opinion, I think.
What would you say we could fetch up for him, mate? I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think if a player is able to be sold with money, although he has 1 more year in his contract, most of the time those players don't really have a big price. They normally go around 30 to 25 million pounds. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look what happened with Ronaldo. He was about to go road free, and look, he got. I think he. What did they? How much did they buy for? 21 million pounds. 20 million pounds, isn't it? I think. Yeah, they bought it for that much. So, I think realistically, okay, in my opinion, I think he's worth about 55 million pounds to 60. Kante at this moment because of age as well. I can't really give him 100 million because if this was the Kante of the Conte era or the what's it called, Sarri era as well, I think I would have priced him near 100 million pounds. I'm being very honest.
Yeah.
But at this moment of time, he's getting very old. He's very injury prone. I think realistically, he goes around 30 million.
Yeah. Yeah, 32. I mean, and I know there's a lot of interest from Juventus in him, by the way. That's not fake news, by the way. Their interest in Juventus is very, very true. They really want him.
However, I do think Jorginho goes for good money. I'm being very honest with you. Just look at it logically. This guy, he plays so well in the Italian league. Third place Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
He still holds that at the moment. And when you watch him, apart from Chelsea, when you watch him when he's not targeted, this guy has a very good influence in the game. And this guy, he goes for 60 million pounds. I'm being very honest. He goes for good money.
Barcelona badly want him, don't they? Yeah, Barca want him. That's the other one. But again, I just think that from hearing the comments that have been coming out on international, you know how the players like to talk, as you guys know, man. Yeah, every time a player goes away on international duty, always chit chat talk comes out about players unhappy, players wanting to leave, and all this rubbish. Every time you hear it,
I don't like that. It's always international break.
You know what I mean? It's always, bruv. It's always, mate.
Oh my goodness! Like players have the balls to their country, they want to talk. Remember Lukaku? Lukaku. No, man. It's always those things that happen, man.
And that to me, as a fan, I'm like thinking, listen, it's natural. It's how it is, bro. This is what they always do. The players, they like to do their talking when they're not within the club, when they're out with their country, playing for their national teams. They're away from Chelsea Football Club, away from what's going on at the club, so they can start talking. And that's exactly what a lot of them do. And this is why this whole thing of all I've heard of talks of the last couple of players I've heard of, Koulibaly's come out and spoken, Kante's come out and spoken, Jorginho's come out and spoken. You've heard who else is it? Kai Havertz has come out and spoken. Apparently, you know, all these players go out on international duty. They do whatever they need to do. They have their little talks here and there. But then what happens is their words just get complete. Wherever they've gone and discussed, get completely switched around by the media because the media just hate Chelsea. They can't stand Chelsea, so they'll just switch words. As they always do, bro. They did it with Rudiger all those years. Every time Rudiger used to go out and say something, they'll switch whatever he said, which is not true at all.
Do you think that what Lukaku said about like in his interview. Did you really think it was that deep? Be honest. I really didn't think it was that. I think it was just more of the media just trying to make it as if, oh my God, he's putting the blame on Tuchel now, and this and that. He said all he said was, I think he was saying something about um it's hard for me at the moment because I needed to adapt to the system, but once I get my thing, but now the media is going as if he's like, oh, he's pointing out Tuchel's tactics and this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what though? I'll be honest with you, mate. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you, Certified. I mean, I was one of the things of me is when we first signed Lukaku, right, at the age of 19, right, when we got him, okay, when we got him, and he was supposed to for me was to learn from Didier Drogba and be the next Didier Drogba because obviously he's a Chelsea fan he grew up supporting Chelsea as a boy. Didier Drogba was his idol. He followed. Okay, and I thought playing alongside Drogba now, this guy's going to learn a lot. He didn't turn out that way. Obviously, he got his loan moves to West Brom, Everton, and then he got a move to Manchester United before they sold him onto Inter Milan. All right. Obviously, when we signed him back, when obviously I keep a lot. I've got a lot of my friends within a lot of. When I say a lot of my mates, I've got a lot of fans that support Inter Milan. That have got fans all over the world support all their clubs. And one of my friends I used to keep in contact with who supports Inter Milan said, look, he's improved his game. He's got this. He runs the channels well. But the one thing my friend did say to me is he's still got this way about him. When things don't go right the way he wants them to go, the guy will just talk and open his mouth for no reason. And I think he tried to do that once, I think, when he was at Inter Milan, and he was told literally either you lip it or you're going to be what do you call it? You'll be dropped to the you'll be kicked out or you'll be sold by the football club, right? Okay, and he tried that once when he first went to Inter Milan. I think when Conte went down there, he kind of like he stopped all that crap. He went there, improved his game a lot. He obviously became a better player under Conte, but he did his little moanings here and there. But I thought, obviously, coming back to Chelsea, getting all that from him, guy who can run the channels, who's hold that play is brilliant, scores goals, done well, started well, first 3-4 matches, first started getting the goals, and then all of a sudden when I think he might have got C or he got that bad injury, right? And then he wasn't the same player after that, and that's one of the reasons why Thomas Tuchel didn't play him as much, because he was saying in training he wasn't getting he wasn't getting the what do you call it, the same as he was getting from him when he first came to the football club. It kind of like dropped back, and all he would be doing then is just sulking in the corner or be saying this and that. And all of a sudden this interview then came out. From out of the blue, this interview from nowhere just came out. Yeah, he didn't disrespect Tuchel's in any way. He wasn't disrespecting. I get that. But what I think was annoying for the fans was he was actually coming and saying that he's the way he's playing, he's not doing what he should be doing. He's been played out of position. He's other things that came out in the interview. He never wanted to leave. I think what got a lot of the Chelsea fans is he never wanted to leave Inter Milan, and I think that is what a lot of the Chelsea thinking. Well, the club only sold me because, the club only sold. You gone, bro?
I was angry at him. That was the main.
Yeah, the club only sold me because they needed the money. They needed the money. So in other words, okay, they need the money. So did you really want to come? So his heart really wasn't to come to Chelsea. And even though he came out saying, I've got unfinished business. Well, mate, if you're coming to join, one of the biggest clubs, if you're playing for one of the biggest clubs around, you've got another club coming chasing for your signature. You're a Chelsea fanboy, as you said. You're going to come to this football club, at least come and show what you can do. Show to the fans this is what you want. And then he goes and does that, and then like, oh, I didn't want to leave. The club sold me because they had no choice. I mean, you're hearing things out, and you're thinking, as a fan, mate, why are you here then? Do you get me? That's what annoyed a lot of the Chelsea fans, bro. And I think that is why afterwards he wasn't the same player. That's why he became like enemy to a lot of the Chelsea fans out there, because none of them liked him or they never trusted him after that. Because as far as they're concerned, you're coming to play for Chelsea Football Club. You're wearing that badge. You're playing for that club week in, week out, playing for the fans. At least show that all. Do you get me? But don't go with what you went and done. Because no player. I'm telling you now, bro. If Kai Havertz did that, if Timo Werner did it, I'll be the same thing. I'll say, get out of my club. I'll say, leave. I don't want you anywhere near the football club, mate, because clearly you don't want to be here. Okay, so just leave. Go somewhere else where you will be happy. Okay, and so for me in that situation with Lukaku, that was my thing with Lukaku on that. But yeah, but as I said, it's not just. It'll be any player that was to do. Even Mason Mount was to do that. Reece James, I'd say the same thing. Leave, go. Do you get me?
Mm.
You
And
know?
DJ, we have this too much at Chelsea where players are not happy and they don't want to play for the manager. And that's what gets the manager sacked most of the times. And people say we need to give Grandpa a time, man. And the thing is this, from now on, from there on there, if town winning teams don't do that, where the players are not happy and they play bad on purpose. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. City don't have it and Liverpool don't have it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So we're putting our name with these two teams, but then the thing is, we have to look at what these two teams have and we don't. We don't have player, we don't have player discipline. These two teams do. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
And we need to realize that these players cannot be in their feelings all the time. Do you get what I'm saying? Even when things are not going right, you still stick by the manager and play your football. And do you get what I'm saying? At least if you're trying and you're failing, then you can just say the manager has to go, in my opinion. Like that's the thing. But then the players they make it too obvious. Do you get what I'm saying? And every single time, like it's not only Lukaku situation. We had so many situations like this, and if if Graham Potter was to get sacked, I bet part of it will be because of one player. I have a feeling it'll be Ziyech or Havertz this time. Do you get what I'm saying? I that's not Havertz, but maybe like one of those players like Ziyech and Pulisic. Like that's what I'm saying. From now on, you can't be having this crap no more. You need to get rid of players who don't want to play for Chelsea. I don't care who you are. That's the only
Yeah,
way we can become sustainable as a club.
yeah, I
agreed.
agree with you. I feel like Thomas Tuchel had a chance to sell both Ziyech and Pulisic. He didn't sell them. That's on him. Now it backfired because Ziyech at the first Champions League game, you saw he didn't want to play. He played so bad, 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 bad to show Thomas Tuchel that look, I'm going to play bad now because he didn't want me to go to Ajax. We had a chance to let him go to Ajax. Maybe we should have got Alvarez in that deal so that it can be a
Yeah,
win-win
agreed.
situation for us.
No,
So
agreed.
at the end of
Agreed.
the day, I feel like Thomas Tuchel didn't get it right that time. So, but guys, I've been
Yeah, bro.
streaming so
No,
long.
bro.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to say your final thoughts about what we've been talking about. Then
Yeah.
I'm ending the stream.
Yeah, listen, mate. As always, as always, Tobago. Thank you for having me on, bro. I would have come on earlier on. It's just that I've had some family things ongoing with my daughter, my missus, and my daughter here, so we're just spending time with them. But thank you for having me on. Great pleasure talking to you, talking to everyone that was on the stream with me, Nick as well. Big up to him. It's been a long time since I spoke to Nick, and obviously to you, Tobago. Certified, mate. Excellent, man. First time chatting to you, bruv. Really, really great conversation with you. But I hope we can chat
Yeah,
again
man.
sometime on the stream.
Pick up every time,
Again,
Maji. Honestly.
big up to you, my guy, for coming on as well.
Yeah, it's
Everyone in
my
the comments.
first. Yeah, my first time on this channel. I'm normally on the real Chelsea, Nick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, mate, that's great. It's great chatting to another fan. But everything we discussed today, yeah, Tobago, listen, from Kante onwards, you know how we said about Kante. I personally don't want him to go anywhere. I hope he can stay. If the one that has to go next season for me, out of the two, if you gave me a choice to choose, I'd say J5 over Kante. Only because I feel we've got Zakaria in the team now. I'd say give Zakaria a chance to see what this guy can do. Before there is an option to buy this guy for 30 million. Should he do well at Chelsea, and I think he wants to, and I think he will stay. I think he wants to stay at Chelsea. Should that happen, and going back to the other subjects of Kai Havertz. Well, you guys have all thoughts on Kai Havertz. I think a lot of the fan base need to get off this guy's back. I get the criticism of why it's coming to him, and I can understand it as well because the guy is not performing at the levels that we know he should be performing at, and he's not been doing that for a while yet. But then we can say that with a lot of our players in that front, especially, as I said, I mentioned their names already: Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic. All these guys that are not performing at the levels that they should be performing. We know they need to improve. And for me, the ones that need to really improve, and I think will be, the ones that I feel will improve will be Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. That's only because I don't think Ziyech and Pulisic want to beat the football club. So for me, if they don't want to be there, then I say we cut our losses in them in January, sell them on, bring some other players in, let's talk of Hudson-Odoi possibly coming back. I tell you what, the guy will show more heart than Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech would if he was playing in that Chelsea shirt. Personally, for me, because obviously he's come through the Chelsea ranks, and I think he would do well at Chelsea under Graham Potter as well. And but for me, I don't also at the same time want to burden Hudson-Odoi either, because if the guy's getting a lot of game time at Leverkusen, you want him just to enjoy out his loan move and keep there, and then come back next season, come back to Chelsea next season, hopefully in strong form again. But in terms of what else have we discussed? In terms of I think, and Graham Potter, yeah. Listen, I was obviously gutted about Thomas Tuchel, and still am, because I don't think it was the right decision to let Thomas Tuchel go. For me, I think he was the guy for us. But it's what it is. We've got Graham Potter now, 5 years contract he's got. We need to give this guy a chance. I think hopefully the fans will stay behind him, give him that chance to improve that team, and I think he will. Hopefully we'll get a sporting director in very soon as well. I think we're lacking of that as well at the moment. And hopefully that will all happen in time before they all go for the World Cup. But anyway, as I said to Bego, thank you for having me on, bro. Big up to you. Big up to everybody in the comments. Please subscribe to the video, to the channel. Like the video, like everything we've discussed today, and also to Nick Blues as well.
Tobago, one question. When are you going live
Yes,
next?
before the Crystal Palace game, but I'll just check in because we're having an issue now at our country where electricity can go 4 hours, 6 hours and stuff, and it affects our network. So
I know how it is because I went to Uganda literally this summer, and I think when you've been joining my spaces, Tobago, I've been having connection problems, so I know how it is.
Yes, that's the issue you're having now. So, and now I'm in an area that the network is well. So I said, you know what, I have an opportunity to do a stream after so long. I'm doing it now.
All right, thanks for having me on, and DJ, nice meeting you, bro.
Nice meeting you as well, bro.
Big up every time, man.
Yeah, big up to you every time as well, bro. Hope we'll chat very soon. Have another stream, sure.
Yeah.
Big up, guys. And
big up to you today.
Glenn, I hope your family is well, man.
Big up
also,
to
big up to everyone who came in. Nick Blue, Adi, certified DJ Sef, Miss Elano, Glenn. Also, if you're new, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. More content is coming. Just be patient. We're going to stream about Chelsea soon. So yeah, guys, thank you for coming in. See you in the next stream.
Peace.